Yeah, rolling another, I'm stuck in my seat for the whole control of my speech. Yeah, I've been trying to get off this couch for a minute and a whole damn week. No kidding, I'm skinny, I cannot eat. Got a million cause that depend on me. Yeah, every friend in my family, from a girl, every fan I meet myself. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down to make new thoughts, like jumping off of that rooftop. Whole life never when I do not to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yo, steadily killing me, running my brain full of shame, I don't wanna lose it. Full of stage, trying to find my pain. See the sun coming out of that rain. My team really not tame, I'ma never slow down, I'ma never behave. Stuck inside this prison, inside this cage, it's taking over. Yeah, I'm a slave for you. Slave for you. Ripping harder, more less. Never stop, no rest. Till the stress is breath in my chest. Till it's diamonds wrapping my neck. Progress to a god from a god mess. Hopeless, more tests. More blessed. Dug deep down trying to find my best. Find a beast, had to kill a conquest. I'm next. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down to make new thoughts, like jumping off of that rooftop. Whole life never when I do not to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yo, steadily killing me, running my brain full of shame, I don't wanna lose it. Full of stage, trying to find my pain. See the sun coming out of that rain. My team really not tame, I'ma never slow down, I'ma never behave. Stuck inside this prison, inside this cage, it's taking over. Yeah, I'm a slave for you. I'm headed to the bottom of the bottle. I've been drowning, I've been floating away. Every other dollar that I got in bed, I probably went and it away. I ain't f***ing okay, I ain't liking it, babe. I don't even wanna talk, I'm just smoking my haze. I've been stuck in my ways, I've been stuck in for days. I've been staring at the clock as the radio plays. I'm enslaved. Yeah, rolling another, I'm stuck in my seat for the whole control of my speech. Yeah, I've been trying to get off this couch for a minute and a whole damn week. No kidding, I'm skinny, I cannot eat. Got a million cause that depend on me. Yeah, every friend in my family, from a girl, every fan I meet myself. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down to make new thoughts, like jumping off of that rooftop. Whole life never when I do not to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yo, steadily killing me, running my brain full of shame, I don't wanna lose it. Full of stage, trying to find my pain. See the sun coming out of that rain. My team really not tame, I'ma never slow down, I'ma never behave. Stuck inside this prison, inside this cage, it's taking over. Yeah, I'm a slave for you. For you, for you, yeah. Yeah, I'm a slave for you. Ripping harder, more less. Never stop, no rest. Till the stress is breath in my chest. Till it's diamonds wrapping my neck. Progress to a god from a god. Mess, hopeless, more tests. More blessed. Dug deep down, trying to find my best. Find a beast, had to kill a conquest. I'm next. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down, make new thoughts. Like jumping off of that rooftop. Oh, I never when I knew not to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yours, steadily killing me, rocking my brain full of shame. I don't wanna lose it. I'm full of stage, trying to find my pain. I see something coming out of that rain. My team, really my team. I'ma never slow down, I'ma never behave. I'm stuck inside this prison, inside this cage. It's taking over on me. Yeah, I'm a slave for you.
When winter hits, you've got to be ready to storm through the most extreme winter conditions. Introducing the LARUE D Series two-stage snowblowers, built to take on any challenge. Rise to the occasion with performance, efficiency, and precision with a choice of ribbon or dual auger conveyor. Select the optimal configuration depending on your work environment. 9 models ranging from 134 to 365 horsepower deliver precision casting combined with a solid stream, better handling, and a more stable ride thanks to unmatched power to weight ratio, and gained flexibility by side casting directly from the drum. The LARUE D Series has been designed to reduce operator fatigue, improve comfort, and lower your operating cost. Our LCD multi-language screen helps drivers operate more effectively and focus on the road, and enjoy better visibility thanks to an off-centered spot casting chute combined with an angled hood. All this, plus an optional wireless system to facilitate pairing with your wheel loader. Get the job done with our unique safety, design, and productivity features while experiencing virtually no downtime. Accomplish more by choosing among our many options available to meet your snow removal needs. Hydraulic tilting chute, enabling faster and safer unclogging. Telescopic chute extension for easier truck loading. Steering vane to help maneuver in and out of snowbanks. And LED lighting package, giving you a better view during nighttime operations. Experience ease of use and ease of service, so that you can focus on the work at hand. Featuring proprietary safety bolt design so that operations will run smoothly without damaging main components. Gain easy access to hydraulics and engine compartment. Boost the productivity of your snow removal operations with performance and efficiency. Storm through with LARUE.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Prix eSports, and a pleasure just to have you live at a charge for a little countdown to green action. That was presented by Lunatic Designs. Thank you to LARUE for being on board with the GT3 series here for Sim 500. Tonight, we're going to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of entertainment here as they get out there and they warm up a little bit, get some more rubber laid on the track, and these drivers looking to find the answer once again. Back for a whole lot of speed. One of my favorite tracks on the racing surface for me to drive. I like driving this race course next to the Chicago Street Course, which is kind of, you know, basically two squares connected by a couple of roads. This one's going to be it's going to be a ton of fun. Not racing tonight. New job means less time to practice for the new track. Keep an eye out for your girls, though. Yeah, absolutely. Paige was very fast in qualifying. Look forward to seeing what's going to happen here. Yeah, one of the things about this racetrack is that you see it. It's a street course. It is the Detroit Grand Prix. Belle Isle ready to rock and roll for week 7. The 2.34 mile length track's going to have track temperature sit here, and we're talking about different surfaces altogether. 107 degrees on the track temperature right now, 74 in the air temperature, 46% humidity. Partly cloudy skies with a 14-mile-an-hour wind. It's going to be all about managing not just pace, but also managing everything that is an obstacle on this racetrack. It's insane to see. Yeah, I mean, just as easy that getting the braking zone too hard, that can happen right there. So you have unlimited tires, 30% fuel. Race length is going to be 30 minutes here tonight. If you want to be part of the GT3 series, you're going to go to sim500.com. and check them out and go give them some love, some support. We're going to run this week, and it's going to be a blast to see what's going to happen. Every one of these drivers, very, very much a staple in this series, and we appreciate everybody being out there. Thank you, MX5 all day. We rated out to him last night, and he had a pretty good stream. So that's what he does. He gets out there and runs a little road series, little MXs. He likes those cars, and so why not, right? I like to see it. Let's see everybody put in the time and energy for, well, you know, just some great racing. Everybody looks to be fast and, well, they're a lot better at this than I am. That's for darn sure. But I do like this race course. Whenever it first came out, I not only bought this race course, but I, of course, bought the Corvette that came along with it. They did it as a package deal there for a little bit. So absolutely love this race course and ran it more than a handful of times, and it's a ton of fun. You see the bumps and the grooves and the just pretty much everything you have to avoid, which is mostly the wall. And it's the biggest battle you're going to see these drivers have to face tonight. It's going to be exactly that. It's going to be the wall. You know, the drivers getting into the braking zones are going to be huge, but it's going to be good. There are a lot of Mustangs might run the vet just to be different next week 11. Good to see you out there, of course. One of the things that I will say is that, you know, some people are enjoying the Mustang. I mean, even, let's see what our pole sitter's running. And he's running, where is he at? And he's running a 4 tonight as well. So Kevin King, whoa. That's what he does not want to do. He does not want to hit the wall like that. Kevin King usually drives the Lamborghini, so I mean, you pretty much have to maximize this racetrack. It is, it's a big one. It's fun though. Belle Isle is fun. That's for darn sure. Thank you for giving a shout out to Diesel out there. I appreciate that very much. Let's look at it. We're going to be talking about it for the time being, but it's going to be right here. Kevin King is going to be your pole sitter. He has the most wins in this series and is looking to cap off a couple of more before the end of the season. Paige Azeri is going to be their outside pole. Matt Martell is going to have Rick Swavely there in row number 2. William Emshoff and Roxanne Morgan are going to be there in row number 3. Jacob Groovy is going to be out there with Bruce Silva. Justin Fuller, Jonathan Schweikart, You got all of them in there except for you today. That's good. That's good. Fuller, Sweetheart's going to be out there. Row number 5. Lappin's going to be there with Progar and row number 6. Row 7 will be Brian Wortman, John Hickman. Edward Koshersberger's going to be out there in row number 8 with Nelson Rivera. Bobby Wetzel will bring up the tail end of the field as these drivers get ready to look at it. They're going to start somewhere, I believe, as we put up the we're going to put up not only the session state, but we're also going to put up the track map for everybody so we could talk about what's going on this racetrack. Absolutely a ton of fun, a blistering pace on this racetrack too. Long straightaways, sharp corners, and the dangerous wall is what we're going to see out of this one. They're going to start on the basically about the halfway point on this racetrack, and we'll talk about the turns as we get ready to go to it. Mr. Van Ness, thank you for the like, sir. I appreciate you. Supposed to have 2 more, but not sure where the lads are. No worries. What is next week's track? Look at that. We will do that. We will look at that real quick. Oh, next week, they're off next week. It's Thanksgiving next Thursday, so they're going to be off. Then we'll be back with Circuit of the Americas. They're going to be at COTA. No, I'm sorry, not Circuit of the Americas. We're going to be back with the Daytona International Speedway Road Course. So it'll be at Daytona and then Road Atlanta, the full course at Road Atlanta for Week 9. That'll be the final race. I will not be calling Week 9. We're going green, though, because I have another league starting that day. So one more race with these folks. And speaking of which, I need to make sure that we get it. Daytona. Yep, 2 weeks. Daytona. Kevin King out front. Page's there. He's going to be in tow. Page driving the BMW. Martel's going to be just behind. Looking at the beautiful Porsche. Martel had a great race last week. Rich Swavely's going to be in 4th. Roxanne up 1 already. Ooh, into the wall. Amshoff and his Porsche as well. Seeing Rich Swavely up here in the McLaren. Ferrari from Bruce Silva. Good looking Ferrari. We like the Ferraris. How about Nelson Rivera? Cool, calm, and collected in that Mercedes AMG the AMG GT3. We'll see another spot gain, 3 spots so far. Lappin's going to be off 1, and that's 64. Kevin King, 4/10 of a second difference here as Page in the 621 tries to close in. Oh, let's go for the Wedgie Bird. This is a track all about pressure. High corners, limited visibility, and around any corner, anything can happen. And if you get into something bad here, you got to make sure that you manage. That's for darn sure. Turn 1 is going to be the right-hander that you're going to see right here, all the way up to turn 2. Turn 2, a dog leg to the right, and then back into it. Actually, we're a little ahead of where we're at on the racetrack. Do apologize about that. Keeping myself all checked in. Yeah, turn 2 is the left-hander, and turn 3 into the kink. You know, these drivers work around to the back portion of this one. The way that this one is figured out, it's a long sweeping corner. Detroit Belle Isle, turn 5, turn 6, all the way out. You got to be careful on the inside wall there as these drivers focus out and push their way in. Down to turn 7. This is going to be a little bit of a dog leg to the left. Hard braking zone. Turn 7. It's going to be a sharp right-hander up into an outer loop. Left-hander to turn 8. Turn 9 is shortly after that, after a short sprint to the left. And then turn 10 and turn 11. A right-hander to a left-hander. All right, left-hander to a right-hander as they come around. Short shoot. All the way to turn 12. It's a right-hander coming forward and almost a slit dog leg into turn 13. Turn 14, we'll put it back on the straightaway. We'll do it again. Pit road entrance just before turn 14. a few hundred feet away from turn 4 before the dog leg to the turn 14 corner there. So that's where they're at. Turn 1 is the right-hander. Left-hander is going to be turn 2, and then now we're getting to turn 3. That long straightaway right there, we'll see the biggest attempt at a passing zone. Page's area runs the fastest lap of the race, keeping it close as they put the tires on the grass here. Little dirt flying back, no big deal. Progar on the pit road, and Fuller on the pit road as well. Hickman on pit road. A lot of drivers on pit road right now. Brian Workman came to pit lane, or left pit lane. I think that's where he started from. Progar came to pit lane as well. Hickman, I believe he's going to be out of the race. Progar still sitting on pit road. He looks fine. I think he might have some left side damage. These cars are hard to turn if you take too much damage, and even these Mustangs really work. Page's area is going to be close, keeping it close. Half second, still the gap is Matt Martell working every corner. Again, 30-minute sections, or 30-minute race. They're already through 3 laps, and we're just barely into the 4-minute cycle. We're going to see quite a few laps in tonight's race, and the goal is to always pit at that 15-minute mark, or just at thereafter, or if you're trying to short pit, that's where you do it. This track does eat the tires just because of the surface that you see. Martell getting into turn 2 here, taking a short shoot straight away, trying to keep it close. Kevin King, 128.95, still 7/10 of a second difference here. Getting a little bit faster, but Page able to hold on. Page Azari's going to be rolling. Azari's going to be keeping it close. Different zones are better. Different braking zones are going to be different for all the drivers. And I tell you what, this McLaren is my favorite sounding car on the racetrack. Little inside wall tap. You got to be careful whenever you try to maximize that speed. Out of the corner, 11 and 12. Or 10 and 11, now 12 and 13, 14 in the dog leg, of course. They turn the corner, listen to this thing. Mustangs sound like muscle, but McLaren has the pops and bangs that you would want to hear in the real world. William Amshoff off to, gets into the wall. Hold on to it. Schweikart and his McLaren, he goes around. He makes the pass. That wall will stop you on a dime. 5 spots gained for Nelson Rivera. Bobby Wetzel as well. Progar still working as he continues to press. Bobby Wetzel having an issue. He's backwards on the racetrack. Here's what happened. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, he just, you know what? He minimized a lot of that damage. So he might have lost a spot there, but he'll be in 14. I thought he minimized the damage. It looks like he might be, his left rear might be broken. So he might be crab walking here, as it would be down that straightaway chute. Oh man, Kevin King coming up on him. Bobby able to make it to pit lane here. The left rear is broken, and you saw I don't know if you saw it, but I saw it. His left rear is looking pretty darn messed up. So Bobby enters pit lane. We'll see if he gets it worked on. Right now, 1.3 second deficit between Kevin King and Paige Hazari. Hazari is going to be right where she started. Martell is going to be right where he started. Rich Slavely right where he started. And Ruby making up 2 spots early. Started 7th, going to be in 5th. William Emshoff working. Schweikart's up 5. Sorry, up 3, not up 5, up 3. Justin Fuller out of the race. Hickman out of the race. Progar still working. Wetzel still working on the car. Yeah, that left. I'm going to work on getting a telestrator. Basically, you know how NASCAR does it. You circle a section to have you focus on. I'm going to work on that. We're going to work on that. Kevin King closing into Brian Wertman. Brian Wertman coming around to the front straightaway. He's going to be completing his next lap. So he's on lap 5 along. He's on the lead lap right now. 47 seconds. The difference, though. Kevin King out of the corner sees Page close in 0.2 of a second. And so this is where you have to minimize any wall contact that you might see. That's where we're at. Currently, that's where we're at. That's what they're doing. I'm gonna take 120 seconds to myself here real quick while I fix some things. We're gonna throw this on exciting for all the drivers. It's gonna be a blast to see. I'll be right back. Chad, welcome in, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Apologies, I had to deal with something personal there. 2 seconds, the gap between Kevin King and Paige Azeri. Azeri's working 129.72, just trying to minimize any mistakes. Martel trying to close in the distance. 3.73 back and closing in on Page's area. Last lap 129.88, but I'm seeing the relative shrink just a little bit. 2 seconds now, the gap with these two. Jacob Gruby sits in fourth, up 3 spots, is able to move. Rich Swavely's going to be off 1. A lot to be said for the McLaren showing up for this racetrack. Roxanne back here in 6th, right where she started. Schweikart's going to be up 3. The McLaren's doing well tonight. Seeing Roxanne just how to manage the pace, manage the gap, manage what she's got going on. Off 3 is going to be the 04 of William Amshoff. Amshoff coming around here, finding a little bit of speed out of the corner. And Progar having to jump to pit road. Something happened to Progar right here. Let's see what happened. Thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. I appreciate you. Oh, missed the... Oh, yeah. That'll do it. We've seen that a time or two. We've done that a time or two. Bruce Silva off 1. Still working. Lepan's going to be up 1. 5 spots gained by Nelson Rivera. Koshersberger is going to be up 3. Still working, still managing, still maintaining the gap, still maintaining the pace, and currently just trying to keep on pace. Some of the drivers running their fast laps now. William Amshoff, 130.73. Sometimes it just takes some time to figure out the racetrack, and right now drivers are about to the halfway point. I had to step away for about 120 seconds myself. There was an ad ran at the same time, so we've only thing we've missed is just a few drivers having a couple issues. Right now, Bobby Wetzel was on pit road, is going to be looking to be out of the race right now. Progar got into the hard braking zone and missed the corner. Good things. So in 2 weeks, we're going to be back for the Daytona Road Course, and it's going to be fun then. I'm looking forward to it. Brian Wortman sits in 13th, minimizing any issues here. Started from pit road, and it's got to work it. We're over to the halfway mark now as Kevin King leads 2 1/4 to Paige Azeri. Paige, little wall tap out of the corner. These cars are starting to get to the point where they're starting to slide around. But are they going to take any tires? Are they going to try to maximize what they've got? Fall off right now, about a second per lap. Kevin King holds that 1 second difference here. Matt Martell just a little bit faster that last lap. 2.5 seconds the gap now as Kevin King still tries to maximize. 5,134 I-rated driver. We'll see Gruby 46.42. 130.104 his last lap. Rich Swavely not far off 1 from the start of the race. Still try to work forward. Swavely having a good race. 16.85 on his I rating. Roxanne 7.73, the B-class driver. Minimizing the issues and doing just fine. 130.85 her last lap. Oh, it's a good one. Thank you to everybody for being out there. We appreciate you very much. Completely forgot where you saw your brake marker was. So, hey, you know what? It happens, Chris. It happens. I've done that. Timer 10. It's still one of my favorite road courses. I love the scenery here. I love the drive. Here's what it looks like. Jonathan coming to pit road. Jonathan Sweetheart coming to pit road, and here's what it looks like. Tough corner right there. Try not to slide the tires too much. But you hear them sliding around into the downshift gear, down to first gear here. Koshersberger coming to pit road as well. And we'll come to pit road. Page will jump in. So closing the distance here. Martell coming in. Gruby will come around and will either think about pit road or come around and lead a lap or two. He's going to come to pit road. Rich Swavely maximizing the performance of his car. Getting good gas mileage. Will lead a lap here. As we'll see Kevin King take the long-awaited pit stop here. Page maximizing effort as well. Martell able to close the distance. Kevin King gets away. We'll be up to speed fast here. Rich Swavely, 8.6 seconds. Now the gap to the lead. Martell off one. Gruby's going to be up two. Roxanne in and out of pit road. William Amshoff doing the same thing. We're seeing all the drivers do themselves some justice. Brian Wortman. He and Rich Swavely are the only drivers that need to come to pit road still. It's a long way down pit road as Swavely will lead this one. Kevin King, comfortable gap, 5 seconds. The gap between he and Paige Azeri. Azeri sees Martell. Martell did a great job of getting in and out of pit lane, closed a lot of time down. Paige had a longer pit stop there, almost 13 seconds. We'll see if Paige is going to be able to maximize here and try to put in some time out of the corner, seeing the Porsche try to go to work. And fourth, Gruby's going to be up two. Schweikart up four now. 5 spots again for Nelson Rivera. Swavely coming to pit road. So credit for leading here. We'll get the lap led coming down pit lane. As he'll hit his pit stop, Kevin King will take back over. Paige Azeri will be trying to close in 5 seconds. Martell has somebody to chase now. As Rich Swavely will go back to fourth. Gruby coming around is going to take over that fifth spot. Swavely back to fifth. But leaving pit road now. A little bit of weight, a little bit of fuel. Bobby Wetzel out of the race. Progar out of the race. Justin Fuller out early. So was John Higman. Good working. Much love to everybody. I appreciate you very much. Thank you to everybody watching. We're watching on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. We thank you all. Best part about racing is being able to wake up and watch it every day. We're about to hit the 9-minute mark as Kevin King needs to try to minimize any mistake, and Paige getting the tires back up to temperature. Doing a great job of doing exactly that. Good look at the overhead corners as they come around. They're going to get into 12, 13, and 14 here. Paige of the 621, the 29 of Kevin King. Still with an eye shot. Only 5 1/3 between Kevin King and Paige Azeri. 5 1/4 to 5 1/3. Good sweeping corners as he'll get into the straightaway here. Paige will come around. Paige has got to get back through the throttles and back into the gears to be able to get to Kevin King. Be able to be deeper into the braking zones if she wants to attack the corner and be able to carry speed. Got to minimize any mistakes. It's go time now. 8 minutes to go here at the Detroit Grand Prix Belle Isle. Beautiful racetrack. Paige stepping on it. 5 seconds now the gap. Martell 2 3/4 as Paige gets a little bit faster. The last time by about a 10th faster. Needs to step into it just a little bit more. Maximize whatever that car can do. Go until you wreck it. That's what I say. 5 seconds back into the gas a little bit harder. Trying to close in. Kevin King out of the final couple of corners here as they hit that race line. Paige 4.8. These cars can take a little bit of a beating. You gotta be able to dig, and 5 seconds is a lot to make up here. Kevin King 4.9. Kevin is pretty good for an old man. I agree, Chad. He keeps spreading that wisdom. I talk about the quote unquote dethroning the king. He's got 6 wins on this series already. And it's been insane to see. Very insane to see. Well, thank you for the follow out there as well. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but we appreciate you very much. I like it. We're getting to the point. We're over 1,000. We got to keep growing. That's where we're at on Twitch. Our YouTube channel continuing to grow as well. I want to thank our Facebook platform as we continue to press and work. We're going to continue to do what we can. That's for sure. He's dominate Monday nights also. Is he? Man. And the Cup cars. Yeah, we were supposed to be calling the Cup Series, and then we had Chop Shop. They had, which is a series sponsor of ours. They took our Monday nights and extended their Monday nights. And so we're not going to be able to call the Monday night races for Sim 500, which we're trying to work on finding somebody to be able to do something with that. And Zeri 4.5, standing it here, under 5 minutes to go. And she's found another gear here. She's closed in about a second over the course of the last lap and a half. Is it too little too late? That's what we've got to know. Yeah, they have it's going to be on Mondays. They have a new series that's going to start here in January. So make sure that you register for it. Sim500.com. Make sure you get out there and you register for it. I know that there's a we call only I think we call two Cup series. We call the Chop Shop on Fridays and the Amp series on Sundays. But I'm going to tell you, not a bad look. Martel, 11.5 back. Groovy, it's going to be 10.25 back there. Yep. Sim 500 has a Cup series, and it's pretty darn good from what I've understood. But yeah, sim500.com. Make sure that if you register for one series, that you should be able to try to get into another one. But I think you might have to register for all of their series individually. So there is a registration button for their upcoming Monday night series. But we are going to be calling their Wednesday series. You've got your Xfinity series coming up here in January as well. It's going to start about the same time. Pretty excited about that. Then they're going to go back to the Truck Series in the fall, just like basically split the year in half. Pretty much what they've got. They've got a super late model series on Tuesday, from what I'm seeing, and then of course Monday their Cup Series. That's what they've got going on. The Thunder Series, I don't know if it's coming back. I hope it does. That was a lot of fun to call. Under 4 minutes to go here in tonight's race, as this one has been pretty well all thrown in. Impart the wisdom for Kevin King. 4 seconds in closing. This is a gap that you can just manage. But Page is closing 3.9, trying to close in the gap. Kevin's got 4 wins in the 6 races he's ran. They've had a total. This is week 7, so 7 races so far. They've got 8, 9 coming up, and it'll be a good time to see. Kevin King, William Emshoff, Jonathan Schweikhart's going to be your top 3 in the point standings. 457 point lead for Kevin King in this series. It's going to get even larger here. Almost insurmountable. Page closer now. 4 seconds the gap. Right. William Emshoff off 2. Roxanne back to 8th. Bruce Silva's going to be off 1. Lappin's going to be up 1. Nelson Rivera trying to get to the top 10. He's got the 64 just ahead, and right behind him, Edward Koshersberger, the 2000 I-rated driver, 2092 from the Skechers BMW. Those Beamers are pretty nice. The old M Series BMW. I want one of those as a drift car. I tell you what, if we got popular enough, I would try to put myself into some kind of speed, something fast. I'd try to put myself in something fast. you know, I love racing so much that I would like to be able to take our esports portion of this and, you know, do comparison videos to, you know, what you see here on iRacing to what you see in the real world. Drifting is one of my favorite circuits. WRX is my other than NASCAR, of course. It'll have to be the WRX series, and then of course from the WRX series, it'll be the little bit F1, GT3s, GTPs. I love the special events, Rolex 24, those kinds of circuits. Those are some of my favorite racing, and then, you know, NASCAR's, you know, on top of the list. Yeah, it's the red-blooded American in me, I guess. All right, final couple of laps here. I'm sorry, final lap here. That's the 29 mark. We'll tick away. 4.5 second the gap now. Last lap, 4/10 of a second faster than Page is Kevin King. So Kevin, turn it up the pace a little bit again. Appreciate you, Harger. What's going on, brother? That's our Maximus Sports Car. I did see your message last night. We said some love to you, brother. Appreciate you. So I know that we just recently called a Pro Truck Series. It was the for Spring Madness. They did a Pro Truck Cash Race, and that was a ton of fun. I've called very few of those on iRacing just because the series there's just not. People don't run them. They should. I think everybody should be able to run those. I don't know. I'd like to see all forms of racing on our platform. Love to have another broadcaster as well, so that way we can cover more races for people. But we'll have to make that happen. Kevin King, 5-second gap here now, as Kevin looks to dig Page out of the corner. Final time. Don't make any mistake. Final corner, turn 14, onto the front straightaway. Kevin King is going to come home in victory lane here. And the win makes it 5 for Kevin King. Page is here. He's going to come home second. Martel will hit turn 14 right here. Will come home third. Jacob did a great job, too, maximizing the effort, up 3 spots. Rich Swavely off 1 from the start of the race. Looks to try to make this last corner work. We'll round out your top 5 here. And had a great race for himself. Schweikart will finish in 6th. Amshoff right behind. Roxanne Morgan coming around. He's going to finish inside the top 10. Bruce Silva not far off as well. Brew coming around 14 right here. That Ferrari looking good. Top 10 9 for Jason Lappin if he can hold on to it here. Nelson Rivera very close here, so this race is not over. Final couple of corners. Can Nelson get one more spot out of this as they come around 12? Or come around to hit 12. 12 is going to be the right-hander up here. Nelson Rivera right there. Kochersberger still in the lead lap as well. Oh, a little wall tap. Lappin all the way. Final stretch. He'll be your 10th place finisher. Nelson Rivera, your biggest mover of the race, and his Mercedes will finish in 11th, up 5. Kochersberger will finish a positive 3 spots. He's going to finish in 12th. Kevin King, your race leader, as your race results tick away here for the Sim 500 series. Kevin King, your race winner. Page is going to finish 2nd. Martel 3rd. After all of the penalties might be assessed, that's how we have to look at things. Martel, Gruby, Swavely, Schweikart, Amshoff, Morgan, Silva, Lepan's going to be your top 10. Rivera, Kochersberger, Workman, Brogar, Wetzel, Hickman, Fuller. Man, Kevin gets it done, man. He got it done. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's not a darn thing wrong with it. So yeah. Yeah, not really a burnout to be done here. That's for darn sure. Hard to do burnouts here. It'd be 5th win for Kevin King. And 7 races, not bad. Mm. Oh, I was looking to move you. Kevin King gets the win. Walk me through it, man. I mean, not much to say. We didn't have the feel that we were needing. You were talking about this racetrack last week. It's not being one of your favorites, but got out here and held a 5-second gap at the end.
Yeah. Is I took your advice and I tried it out and I really enjoyed it. I was like, okay, this track is actually pretty fun, at least to run laps on solo. I knew obviously passing would be basically impossible, so I spent a lot of time trying to figure out which car. I think I went through 4 cars, obviously a new one this week. I went through the Lambo, the Audi, Porsche, and then this thing. And I was the fastest with this thing for some reason. So yeah, I just I built a gap and just really wanted to just maintain. It's very easy to make a mistake and push too hard and kill the car. So once we came out of pit stops, I had a decent gap and I just backed it down for the last part of that run and didn't really make too many mistakes. There's a few laps here and there that I made some bobbles, but for the most part, it was fun. It was fun trying to be consistent and run competitive laps the entire time. But yeah, pretty happy. Like I said, first time I've been here. Enjoyed figuring it out, and definitely didn't like it at first, but I figured it out pretty quickly, and it felt really fun to drive on.
I'm going to tell you I love this racetrack. I really do. And that's the reason why I tell everybody to give it a shot. If once you start to learn it and figure it out, you start to appreciate the technicality that you have to run this racetrack. And it can, if you can run this racetrack well enough, you're going to do better in other tracks that are going to be more open with better visibility.
Yeah, no, it was interesting when I first got out there. I was like, okay, I felt pretty good, and then I changed cars and I'm a little faster. Then I would swap back and compare the two. And I'm like, okay, I'm the same pace, so that's good. And then I had a buddy of mine who's running the 20. I think there's a race this weekend, and I asked him. I said, hey, what's the go-to car? Because I got like smoked on the straightaway by the Ford. And he mentioned that the BOP for that particular race was heavily Ford bias. So I guess they really nerfed that car. So I said, let me try that. And I went like half a second faster. I said, well, I found the car that I like, I guess. And I kept going faster, and I thought like mid 29s was pretty good for me in practice. And then I kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And then late last night, I ran some more laps and I got into the mid 28s and like low 28s. And I was like, okay, I feel like I've connected the track now. It's very hard to connect certain parts of the track with speed without going too far. So, yeah, like I said, I don't like Long Beach, but this one, although it's a street course, it has more flow to it. It's faster. It's not as goofy. So I definitely enjoyed this version of a street course more than any other street course I've ever driven. So I appreciate the advice to try to run it because, like I said, I wasn't a too big fan of these things.
Yeah, no, Long Beach you can keep Long Beach. I'll agree on that one. Now this racetrack, you talk about being flowy, and some of the bigger portions of the racetrack are the tight connecting corners. You'll get into one corner and then immediately switch back to another corner, or when you get around 8, 9 down into 10, 11, 12. Up through 13 of Dog Leg to the front straightaway with 14. That right there is one of the bigger zones that if you're going to try to maximize, having a little bit more room, you have the most visibility there, except for turn 12 when you have to take that switch back to the right. This track, one, can be abrasive. But two, if you have to use the wall, it can be forgiving in some of those spots right there. So it's my favorite part to drive on this racetrack. I can get around, the better part of the front half without really abusing anything. But the back half of this racetrack is my favorite part of it.
Yeah, I would say like the straightaway that gave me fits because obviously the brake markers is what I used to try to slow the thing down. And for whatever reason, that last straightaway, I don't know what turn it is. It's the last back section. I always had to brake like really early, and I don't know if it's because I'm not applying enough pressure, but I felt like if I, did it a car length earlier, I was able to kind of cut and not push out too wide into the barrier on exit, and then it set me up for that next left-hander.
Mhm.
But that was the corner that really seemed to give me fits, and I couldn't really understand why. And I felt okay. I just felt like I was giving up time there. That in the first right-hander, I felt like I was probably not the first right-hander, like a second right-hander. I was giving up, just being a little too cautious, but I was more focused on exit speed than really trying to maximize entry, because like I said, you can get yourself in trouble and lose all the flow and stuff. But yeah, like I said, it was a fun track. Paige was obviously very fast. Matt was, I thought Matt would be quick based off what lap times he did in practice. I was a little surprised to see his qualifying, because I was like, oh man, me and Matt are really
Mhm.
damn close in speed. So this is going to be a brawl to see who gets it, because it's going to be impossible to pass. But yeah, I'm happy to rebound from last week. Obviously, I was a little disappointed to give up that win, although I still feel like Jacob should have taken that win home. But I felt like I drove a little bit better this time. But like I said, it's fun trying these different cars that I normally wouldn't drive. It's really fun for me to get out there and try these cars and try these tracks and try to figure out, like, can I master them to my ability, and do I feel good? Am I not just wrecking all the time? So I'm really enjoying this series. It's like I said, it's getting me out of my element on the oval side of things and allowing me to get into these tracks and cars that I've never driven. I've never driven this car before, but like I said, I had a lot of fun.
Well, Chad says you're whooping butt on Mondays, so we're, you know what I mean. This
Yeah,
is
I try.
so it's good to see it all carry around, and I will tell everybody that road course racing will transcend other racing, because if you can manage your car in tracks you're uncomfortable with, you're going to be able to see things a little bit better in the oval circuit too, especially when it comes to picking your spots, looking at passing lanes, looking at the drive line. Plus, most leagues run road courses, so this is a chance for you to step into V8 supercars and get out there and run. I mean, the Mustang on this race course is a lot like the Vet on this race course. They seem to belong, and good to see you run it. That's for darn sure. All right, brother, give you shout outs. You got your 5th win in this series. We're going to take a week off. We'll be back with the Daytona Road Course. That'll be my final broadcast for the series, because I have a league that starts the next week that we were already committed to. But I know a championship's in the run, so we'll have to talk about that next week. But man, oh man, give you shout outs.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I said, always to other guys who put on these leagues. I think Nelson and John are the admins, so I appreciate those guys for putting everything together each time we go out and race. LaRue for putting on the sponsorship, and all these people that are coming out here and racing. Man, it's so fun to watch the different types of skill sets. Like, I don't get to race road a lot, and a lot of the people that I see, just they're really fast, and it makes me push harder. It's not, I don't expect to go into these races and just win these things.
Mhm.
I put some time to try to figure this stuff out, and Matt and Paige and Jacob, those guys really push me to try to get better. And it allows me to just get out of my element, like I said, and just really push myself to try to figure this stuff out. So I'm really thankful for everyone for showing up. I really appreciate everyone, and it was a really good race. And like I said, thank you so much for the broadcast, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Thank you so much.
Happy Thanksgiving, Kevin. Go
You too,
enjoy
buddy.
it, man. Go enjoy the
Thank you.
races this week. Yeah, man.
Take care.
Alex, thank you for the like. Or thank you for the follow. I got scared there for a moment. We appreciate him. Kevin King doing his selfish justice. But we talked to Matt Martell though, because this guy started third, finished third. Net positives everywhere. Walk me through it, man. What did you need? What did the Porsche feel like on the Grand Prix?
Well, I think I was a little more cautious than I was in practice. I guess I didn't have the race pace after the first few laps. I wasn't hanging with Paige and Kevin, so decided just to kind of keep it in between the walls, keep the wheels on it, and finish third. I don't know what happened tonight. Not what we wanted, but still a good finish.
Oh, I can't complain. I mean, it was, I don't know. I was like I was telling Kevin, I love this racetrack. This is a racetrack that it's technical, and it has its speed moments, and then it has its moments of, all right, well, that wall's really close, and then it has that moments, all right, well, I'm going to open up and try to close the gap here. Some of the passing we saw was just corner exit passing. You were just kind of, just a chill night. This was a chill racetrack tonight. I expected a little bit. I expected a wreck, and I didn't get one.
Well, yeah, I think we're all working hard in practice to figure out the line, test our limits, and I think we found our limits during the race. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was put in some practice time this week. Thought we were doing good, and I think Paige had way more race pace than I was expecting. So that's great. Just great for the opportunity. I think we're off next week, but looking forward to Daytona. That's one of my favorite tracks. Pretty quick at, so hopefully we can be back on the top of the box.
Are you sticking with the Porsche for Daytona?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what we feel comfortable with, and thought about the Lambo last week at Road America. Just didn't feel comfortable with it, so ran it the whole season. Why not? Maybe we'll switch it up, but something we feel comfortable in.
The one thing I'll say about Daytona is that the reason why I bought the Porsche was because of the Daytona 24. It was the one car that I could manage tires the best. It was the one car that just seemed to flow the best. It doesn't have the straightaway speed as some of the other cars, but when it comes to, and we're talking majority of technical sections on that racetrack. So similar here, there's going to be a lot of grip that's going to be left on the on those parts, and the braking zones just seem to be so much better. So the brakes on this car are probably my favorite brakes on any of the cars out there.
Yeah, Robert and myself were kind of messaging back and forth, wishing the Corvette was a little bit better, and just I'm just so comfortable with this car. I think I ran it for the last 2-3 years, not even just seasons, just 2-3 years, something we feel comfortable with. And I think Porsche is going to be releasing something new here reasonably soon too. So excited for that.
The 993 V2. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm going to, because they have the 2023, 2024, and 2025 versions coming out for the 993 GT3s and the GTR. They've got a GTP coming out as well. So I know iRacing's doing a lot of scans of a lot of cars, and I would love to see this car updated. I think this was the 2018, 2019 model. It's due for one.
Yeah, it is. So maybe we'll see it for the next 24.
I like it. I would love to see it. I would. I mean, and if I have to buy it again, I would do it.
Oh, we don't do this because we're going broke. We do it because it's fun, and we got to have them all, right?
Well, I have to. I mean, well, I guess I have to have one per race, but technically, I've been a part of the 100% club a couple of times now. So,
yeah. Good race. Happy to be done, happy to be done with it. I worked pretty hard this week, so on the track, and didn't finish up, but that's all right.
Yeah, you finished third. I mean, that's a podium. Podium night's not bad. I mean, you've gotten some great finishes in this series. We've got just a few weeks left before this one's all said and done with you folks. So it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane to watch. Matt, give your shout outs, man. Congrats to the P3.
Yeah, just want to thank out the LARUE eSports team, LARUE Snowblowers, for helping us sponsor this, and all of our participants in the league. Hope to see a nice full field at Daytona.
It's going to be a ton of fun. Matt, much love, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you and the fam.
Yeah, thank you much. Have a good one.
That is Mr. Martell coming home, P3. Paige was not in here to chat. Paige, congratulations on that P2. Way to maximize performance. Big compliments from the other two drivers as well, which is a great thing. This thing put respect on my V8. She's more than just a thing. Oh, these cars are insane. Again, one of my favorite. The Huracan has gone through. Again, I'm a Lamborghini fanatic when it comes to cars. I love the Porsche. I think the Porsche drives phenomenal. My son, for those who don't know, Andrew, thank you for the like. What's up, Mr. Davis? My son was in a car accident a couple of weeks ago. He paid his car off a couple of weeks ago, and then 2 or 3 days later, he hit a deer, and totaled his his Volkswagen CC. He had a 2014 CC. And my son went just a couple of days ago and replaced his car. The insurance totaled the other one and cut him a check, and so he went and bought himself a 2018 Mustang. So we do love Mustangs in this family. But I'm going to tell you, my midlife crisis is going to be a Lamborghini. I'd love to do something that DDE does, so, and that'd be it. Nelson, of course, your biggest winner of the race up 5. Kevin King knocks it out of the park. This was a good time. We appreciate everybody and all the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful racing that is there. So, man, what a good race. Thank you to everybody. We appreciate you all for just being awesome. SDK is doing some weird things right now. I see everything kind of bouncing back and forth. But yeah, it was a good race. Thank you, Budgie, for being out there. If I don't see you folks who are out here watching the Sim 500 series this next week, happy Thanksgiving to you. I'm going to be saying it a lot this weekend. Remember, Monday we have our Toys for Tots series that's going to be out there. So get out there and get your wallets and your debit cards ready to donate to the stream. You donate to the stream, it goes to our Toys for Tots fund that we are putting together to be able to send off and make one big giant donation like we did last year and the year before. This is our 3rd season of doing it. It's our second season of doing it as a 5 or more race season. So we're just going to do that. It's going to be different cars every week. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to enjoy it. Be good. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.